Why do some builders always have work while others struggle? Some builders always seem to have work lined up, but others get stuck in the cycle of being flat out one minute, then chasing jobs the next. It's usually not because they're better builders, it's because they have a better system for attracting the right clients consistently. In this video, I'm going to break down why. And for context, I've helped builders move from smaller renovations into larger scale projects and custom new builds by refining their positioning and marketing. Everything I'm sharing comes from what we see working with real builders, not just theory. Here's one of our builders and what they have to say. You'll have to excuse me, I just got off a 16-hour flight when I was in this video.
We've been working with the Arrow agency now for just over 18 months. Since then, our lead generation and lead quality has grown exponentially. We've gained a lot of momentum after about 6 months. We've increased our turnover, our profitability. When we engaged Arrow agency and started working with the team, we were specialising in bathroom renovations and moved into large-scale full home renovations. We've since grown from that and now branching out into custom new builds.
So here are 5 reasons some builders always have work. Reason 1, they're visible before people need them. This is one of the biggest differences I see that gives builders the edge long before someone is ready to inquire. Most builders who struggle only show up when they need work. They might post on social media here and there, run the odd ad, update their website once in a while, or rely purely on referrals to keep things moving. The problem is, by the time they need leads, they're starting from cold. No one has really noticed them, engaged with them, or built any sort of trust with them yet. The builders with the more consistent pipelines tend to stay in the front of the market on an ongoing basis. So what that might look like is things like a strong website, so that's going to help people find you easily and understand what you do. Consistent project content on social media, a visible brand presence, good Google visibility when people are searching, paid ads that keep them in front of mind, and basic follow-up systems so leads don't go cold. So when the right client is finally ready to move, they've been thinking about the renovation or custom build for months, and the builder that they choose already feels familiar and credible. Most people don't hire the first builder they come across, they hire the one who feels visible, established, and trustworthy. And that visibility compounds over time. Before we move on to the second reason, just a quick reminder, if you want more practical videos on builder marketing, positioning, and lead generation, you can subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next parts of the series. Reason 2. They're positioned for better clients, not just more leads. So a lot of builders think the goal is simply more inquiries, but it's not. The builder who stay busy with good projects are usually positioned in a way that attracts the right kind of inquiry in the first place. Their brand, website, messaging, and content will all answer questions like, what type of projects do they specialize in? Who are they best suited for? Are they premium or price driven? What makes them different from other builders in the area? The builders who struggle often look too broad. They try to appeal to everyone, we do everything for everyone, and they end up standing out to no one. That usually leads to more of the wrong types of inquiries like price shoppers, poor fit projects, low intent leads, and jobs with weak margins. The builders with stronger pipelines are much clearer. They know how they want to be perceived and they position themselves around quality, trust, process, and a specific type of project or client. For example, instead of we do all building work, you'll see high-end renovations and extensions for homeowners who value quality over shortcuts. Custom home builders for growing families in location. That clarity does 2 things. It attracts better fit inquiries and it reduces time wasted on leads that were never going to be right in the first place. Reason number 3, they don't rely on referrals alone. Don't get me wrong, referrals are great, and for many builders, they're the foundation of the business. But builders who rely on referrals as their only strategy usually end up with very inconsistent demand. You can do great work and still have a quiet period. You can have an excellent reputation and still have gaps in the pipeline. The builders who consistently have work tend to treat referrals as a bonus, not the whole plan. They build additional sources of demand around the business. That might include a website that clearly explains who they're for and what they do, Google search visibility for key phrases in their area, paid lead generation campaigns, and organic content that showcases projects and process. Also, simple email follow-ups to stay in touch with past and future clients, plus a basic CRM system so leads and opportunities don't get lost. So all of this gives them more stability. Instead of hoping the phone rings, they create a system that makes inquiries more predictable. That predictability changes everything. It reduces stress, it gives them more control, it helps them plan workload and hiring, and makes it much easier to grow without constantly reacting. Reason number 4, they follow up properly. And so a lot of builders lose work simply because their follow-up is inconsistent. It's not because they're bad at what they do, but because they're probably busy on the tools. They're running projects, managing trades, pricing jobs, solving problems, and trying to keep everything moving. So leads come in, but responses can be delayed, there's no clear process, inquiries go cold, and good opportunities can be missed. The builders who stay consistently busy usually have a strong process after the lead comes in. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be structured. For example, they might have a clear way to capture inquiries in one place, a fast response time, or at least an automatic acknowledgement, a consistent way that they run the initial conversation, and CRM tracking so that they can see where each lead is up to. Simple, scheduled follow-up for people who aren't ready yet, and also clear next steps for the client at each stage. This part is often overlooked, but it matters a lot. Generating leads is one thing, but turning those leads into a signed project is something else entirely. Many builders do enough to generate interest, but not enough to convert that interest consistently. The builders with steadier pipelines treat follow-up as part of their system, not an afterthought. And reason number 5, they think like business owners, not just builders. This is probably the deeper reason behind everything else. So the builders who consistently have work tend to think beyond the current project. They're not only thinking about the job that's on site right now, they're thinking about pipeline, positioning, profitability, brand, systems, long-term growth. They don't just ask, how do I get the next job? They ask, how do I build a business that attracts the right work consistently? And that shift really matters, because once you start thinking that way, you make different decisions around things, such as marketing, where to show up and what to say, and in your sales, how you qualify and convert leads, decisions in hiring, who you bring in to support delivery and growth, and decisions around client fit, so which projects you say yes or no to, process decisions, how you can standardize the way you work, and reputation, how you build and protect it over time. The builders who struggle are often stuck in reaction mode. They're focused on what's urgent today, the variation, the quote that's due, and that's understandable because the day-to-day is really demanding, but it makes it very hard to build momentum. The builders who stay consistently busy usually have better systems because at some point they make time to step back and build them. The builders that have more consistent work isn't based on luck. Most of the time, they've built stronger systems around visibility, positioning, lead generation, and follow-up. And that's what creates more predictable pipelines. And that's what gives them more control over the type of work they want to take on. Understanding why some builders stay consistent is a really important first step. But on its own, it's not going to fix a problem. So if your website positioning and follow-up aren't set up to turn attention into real inquiries, the opportunities will still be missed. If you need help with this in your business, there's a link in the description below to see how you can work with us, or you can watch the previous video next. We analyzed 50 builder websites. Here's what actually works. In that video, I break down what a builder website actually needs to do to attract better quality leads and build trust quickly, not just look good. And if you want help implementing this properly, that's what we do. We work with residential builders on the strategy and setup that's needed to create a stronger pipeline. And we also provide ongoing management to keep everything running properly over time.